All right, great to see you, everyone. Let's see if I can get through them quickly here, because I think I've already missed a couple, and I'm sorry. Yes, great to see you, William Arends. Charles Latora. Yes, I missed Tolemykus. I'm sorry, man. Carol Bosma, holy F. Man, it's been a while, hasn't it? And as you can see, we redecorated while you're gone. That's as per usual the way it works, isn't it? Brian R. Smith, great to see you, and thanks again for that primary document archive link that you sent me. It's been a gold mine and a half. It's going to be probably one of the biggest things we talk about this hour, I'm assuming, because it also, great, I better finish off the other people before I do the thing. Oh my gosh, that's one thing I do want to do. Hold on here. Let's see if this works. I am so sick to death of seeing how many viewers are on while I'm on. I'm like, just leave me alone. I just want to just talk. I hate watching that fluctuating whatever. So hopefully that'll help me and I don't have to see it anymore. And great to see you, Panther Shadow, and great to see you, Zoe Dufour. And great to see you as well, Meandering Mike. So anyways, what we're going to do, I think we're going to, I know what we're going to do. We're going to share what I would like to talk about, and then we'll just go from there. I think that makes sense. So hold on here. I'm going to go to the live stream description so you guys can see that. And then I'm going to go to the window. And please let me know what you guys are up to. I mean, it's, fill us into what you're up to. So that you guys can see that. I'll pop me in sideways. So that's what I would like to talk about as per usual. And you can see the trivia leaderboard here. Chrispy, Galactic, and Meandering Mike are duking it out at 18 points each. I do actually, believe it or not, I've come up with an idea that I'm going to give away as a gift at the end of this one. It's not going to be a major, it's going to be a book, and it's going to be based on one of us that I mentioned, but I'm not going to tell you the book yet until, and it's about the History Heroes trivia from a previous one, but I don't want to bring it up yet until the book arrives, and then I can go from there. So I don't know if we've got Professor Latora's weekly head scratcher this week. Like I've said before, Charles Latora, there's no whatever. The only obligation for anybody on here is me to try to host something. That's it. Everything else is gravy. And then we'll go through this quickly bit, and I want to show you what I have for the other stuff here. Hold on here. And that would be the narrative. So this is what I would like to talk about, I guess, in the current events stuff or whatever that. And some of this stuff we can go by rather quickly, but a lot of it is going to be, which, like I mentioned before, with Brian R. Smith sending me off with that primary World War I primary document archive, and this week. I mean, okay, let's talk about what's going on. And here's the other beautiful thing I found out last night and this morning when I was looking at the Great War in Europe map from GMT, that last week I made a mistake. Niš is in Serbia. It's not in Bulgaria when I was mentioning that, when I had that picture there of the Kaiser and King Ferdinand. And that was the other thing. Meandering Mike says, Charles, did the dumpster arrive? I'm going to have to find out about that. I obviously don't know about what's been going on with some of this video stuff or whatever. So that it was a nice thing to remind myself of. Like I tried to let you guys know. I'm sure most of you guys know I'm not an historian. I don't have any credentials or any of that stuff. And it's just a good reminder. I was like, yeah, well, there you go. So remember that everything I say, take a grain with a grain of salt. And I hope to God that the sources and links that I do provide in the live stream descriptions help out that way to, okay, let's go to the real stuff. Charles Lator says not till after 10. Great to see you, Eric Goebel. Good morning to you as well. Anyways, yeah, so I will say this about the Great War in Europe map. Beautiful, beautiful. Those are beautiful maps. The third one is a bit odd. I don't know if you guys have maybe we'll take a look at it later if we get to it on BGG or whatever. But they have, I was like, oh my God, what is it about that area, that section of the world that's like der Weltkrieg also does some really weird stuff with the map orientations. But what they did with the third, I mean, it's fair, whatever they want to do. But anyways, that's some of the stuff I'd like to talk about. And I'm going to stop the screen for now, and then I can go to the banners, and we can start off with the History Heroes. Who or what am I in World War I. I just got to make sure I didn't put in. Okay. So the first, your first clue is I saw a lot of action in the Boer War. Darn it! And it's not the clue I wanted to give you first, but you're getting it now. And I'm gonna have to put in here. Hold on. I got to go and grab the. Make sure I grab the proper thing here. I don't think I need the narrative for now. I'm gonna get this here. Yeah, it wasn't what I wanted to show you. So the first clue is I saw a lot of action in the Boer War. Who or what am I? And I'm going to put that in here. And Charles Latora says, started reading rules for GDW White Death. Errata notes are missing. Oops. So there you go. Now we're going to go off to what I would like to talk about, like I said. Yes, William Arends, I did see your the stuff that you sent me yesterday, and it's like I said, it's just wonderful due to the fact that Meandering Mike says Pumbaa, he was a young warthog. Charles Latora says Churchill. Darn it, I'm gonna remember. I have to start writing this down because last week. Hold on. Oh, my glasses. Where the hell are they? There they are. Hold on, guys. You guys are just going at it a mile a minute here. Eric Goble says John French. William Arends says another mistake that I caught in my translation was in Shakespeare, bearing false witness. We'll get there. Don't worry, man. And like I said, William Arends, I'm going to say this. You sent me a huge amount of information, and we're going to talk about this right off the bat. I think you're starting to clue in. I mentioned this earlier on in the week. I will get to your all the comments. Panther Shadow says, I love the quiz clues. I never get the answer, but enjoy the guesses in the chat. Wicked. Is you're starting to clue in, William Arends, what happens when we have access to primary information. And well, we do. You and I. Well, the newspaper. I'm not okay. The war summary stuff is not for me a primary source, but obviously the stuff that Brian R. Smith sent me off to, that is primary. I mean, to read the correspondence between Tirpitz and Bethmann Hollweg is just like what? It just. Anyways, we'll get off to that. So what I'm trying to say, William Arends, is you're starting to clue into as well the amount of information that we have. There's no way we can try to distill what we can of that in you know, to try to put that into a 1 hour format. I've already wasted 7 minutes for crying out loud. So here we go. Charles Latora says Churchill. No, you are incorrect, but great guess. See, I'll just have to put in your things. Meandering Mike. Nope. I don't know if that's a guess or not. But Eric Goble, you said John French. No, you were wrong. Harold Bosma says must be Robert. Robert, I don't know what you mean. Robert Baden-Powell. Ooh, interesting. No, it isn't Harold Bosma. And my God, it is so flippin' nice to see you. And I'm just going to say as well, all this week for everybody else is that Harold Bosma has been sending me some messages about whatever. And at first, as per usual, don't read the full thing. And it just said, I just read bad news there. And I was like, oh no, it means Harold Bosma is never going to show up on our live shows anymore. And I was like, oh, that kind of, you know, obviously sucks. But no, it was about 1916 Romania prelude to Blitzkrieg. And he was like, oh, it looks like it's off the VUCA site. And I was like, oh no. I was like, wait a minute. They just sent me, I just saw an update of the image on BGG that they were doing a Vassal module for it. And Harold Bosma went back to VUCA, talked to the designer or whatever, and was like, no, everything's okay. Next thing you know, there's some more images. You should see the cover. It looks wicked. Hopefully we'll get to it. But yeah, so things are looking up for that type of thing. And then someone else posted as well going, hey, wait a minute. I saw that it's based on the Knock Paris. If I've got the Knock Paris game, I'm all going to be okay understanding this new system. And the designer for actually, oh, you know what was neat thing? I don't know if you noticed, Harold Bosma. They got rid of the Romania in the cover. It just says 1916 now, prelude to Blitzkrieg. Harold Bosma says, yes, 1916 is in progress. I noticed that this morning. I was like, wait a minute, the Romania, well, the word Romania is not there. Okay, so you guys got the first clue, and you guys are just going, I'm impressed. Okay, where was the... here's the first clue. And I'm just going to say, if anybody gets this one, holy smokes, I'm impressed. That means you've got a pretty darn good memory. Harold Bosma says, I did not know that. Yeah, I just noticed that this morning. So that's your second clue, which was supposed to be your first clue. And I'll put that in the comments as well. Hold on here. I'm going to make sure I'm doing this right. So a song is named after me, and the Tin Whistle Traveler did a special commission for Nanguea. And I played that video on a previous live stream. Who or what am I? So there you go. I'm going to go back to the banners. And now we're going to go off to some of the stuff I want to show. This is going to be a complete indulgence. And after that, I swear to God, I will show you real stuff or whatever. I just noticed this morning. Yet again, hold on, we got a new comments. Oh, good morning. Great to see you, Wardrobe Plays World War II. So like I said, this is going to be my indulgence kind of thing. I just saw this morning. I got an email from it. Normally, I don't look at them. I just go, whatever, and I delete them. But this time, I'm like, for some bizarre reason, I was like, just check, Chris. And lo and behold, look at this. I was like, say what? So season 1 of In Flanders Field, it's a Dutch program with English subtitles about the Bosman family attempt to survive in the city of Ghent. I was like, so my goodness gracious me. So I'm like, well, I guess I'll be watching. Gosh, that's going to be fun to watch. So I'm just going to stop that for now. Yeah, great to see you, Ward. Darn it, there was something I wanted to mention, and now I can't remember. Well, maybe it'll pop up. So I've done that. Oh yeah, let's get to my list so I don't get too sidetracked. So you guys, yeah, I was going to assume if anybody got that, clue, I would have been blown away. Here's the third one. One of the first people to have a patent for me was Gilbert Givard, I guess, a bricklayer back in 1867. Who or what am I? And I'll put that in the comments as well. Hold on here. Just got to get rid of some stuff that I don't see. And so who or what am I? Okay. Yes, William Arends, I certainly want to get to your stuff as soon as possible. Due to the fact that, like I said, it's kind of like a running theme. Okay, let's talk about what I know going on this week, and then we'll get into the week that was. So right now, what do we know that's going on in the world? We know that the Germans are preparing the Battle of Verdun, and I think it was already supposed to happen now, but really bad weather is postponing it, and that's helping the French prepare. I think they were a little caught off on the back foot. Brian R. Smith, you done it, you son of a bee. Barbed wire. Well done. Cheapers jumping. That was good. And I'll give you the rest of the clues. So well done. I'm not going to show you a picture of barbed wire. Everybody knows it. But holy cow, talk about, I'm going to give you the other ones. Well done. So there's the other one. Oh, I got that one. Here's the other one. I thought for sure, as soon as I showed you guys this clue, I thought that would be it. My motto is to keep in and to keep out. I saw action on every front where you can still find bits of me. What I still, I don't know, I tried to look for the image this week and I couldn't find it, guys, was seeing bits of barbed wire like sticking out of the snow on a mountaintop on the Italian front. I was just like, just crazy. And it's still there, you know what I mean? I was just like, oh my goodness gracious me. And then the last one was, there was so much made of me during the Great War, I could have easily been wrapped around the earth. I'm not sure, now I can hide them. I'm not sure, oh my gosh, we got tons of things here I didn't notice here. Brian R. Smith says, I just want the points to catch up right on. And it's a nice little book anyways. And Panther Shadow says, well done, BRS. William Arends says, yes, duh. Chrispy Galactic, good morning. Great to see you. I was wondering where you were. And Harold Bosma says, congratulations. And Chrispy Galactic, this is the Harold Bosma. That's the infamous or the famous Harold Bosma from Germany there. He's been away for over a month, quite a long time. So it's been great to see him come back. Right, so that's that. We did that one. Now we're going to go quickly to the Pinup Girl. I can get rid of this. We're going to go to the Pinup Girl Guy and Gal of the Week. Hold on here. 64. And I'm at the comments. I want to make sure that I got Chrispy Galactic says tin whistle. Yes. Because I give so much money to the Tin Whistle Traveler every month, I'm a patron of his. I'm allowed to get a commission done or whatever. And anyways, I got him to do on the old barbed wire. Yeah, he did it for me. And so he converted it into tin whistle tabs in the key of C for me. And it was awesome. Meandering Mike says, I thought Glidden had the barbed wire patent, but that was 1874. Yeah, that was, you're right, Meandering Mike. I guarantee you are. It's probably the barbed wire that went off and became super popularized. But when I was reading up, and I've got it in the sources and links, I hope to God I put it in there. If I didn't, I will. But it's in. It's at the World War I online encyclopedia. You can go to and take a look at it. And when I was reading up on barbed wire, it was like, oh, there's a little known fact about this French bricklayer that way off in Wonderland that was actually the original patent guy of it. So I'm going to hold on here. I want to present the screen. You guys can see it. So this person, and you guys can see her. She's just. It doesn't say anything. It just says a type of painter. Chrispy Galactic says, cool barbed wire. I'm surrounded by it. Oh, my God. First of all, I liked her smile. She reminded me of somebody. And secondly, look at that paintbrush. That's a crazy looking paintbrush. Almost reminds me of that, the peanut butter thing, solution or whatever. But anyways, is she painting a sign or whatever? I don't know. I'll never know. Because that's that. And then this person, and I'll try to, hold on, I'll switch the, how's that? Better? So this is, as you can see, it says, I don't know if I'm pronouncing his name right, Alhaji Grunchi of the Gold Coast Regiment, pictured with his medals in a grainy photograph of 1918. He is credited with firing the first shot of any British commanded soldier in the war. And I just thought, hey, why not pop him on? So that's it. We've got... We've done the girl and guy of the week. Now, you know what, William Arends, we are going to go to your stuff. Hold on here. I want to make sure that I'm got it. No, I don't want the links yet. I want to go to, all right. I think actually, you know what, William, oh, there it is. I think cool. Hello, Harold. I think I didn't put your original one. I've got your second stuff that you put in. I put it into a Word document to make it all nice and everything. So I'm going to go to William Winkel here. Sorry if I'm still calling it the William Winkel. It's in my head. So like I said, if you want me to stop, I will. But okay, you guys can see that. Good. I'm just going to read, we're going to read some of this. And like I said before, William Arends. Sorry, I'm not reading everything. Barbarossa wire was another one that I should have gotten, since stringing barbed wire around the field operations center was one of my jobs when I was in the Army. Whoa. And Manuel Mike says, holy moly, according to the Nash, that's it. Whoa, 500 patents. Holy jeepers jumping. And I don't know, Meandering Mike, since you're like the little web master, can you find, if there's I tried so hard this week. I knew I read it somewhere. But it's more than once around the earth that they made enough barbed wire in that 4 years and a bit. William Arends says, I should have gotten the barbed wire since, and you already said that, or I missed it twice. No, you did. Okay, good. And you guys can see that. And like I said before, William Arends, if you don't want me to read any of the stuff that you put in, whatever, just please let me know. But I thought this would be good because I thought this made a lot of sense of what we were talking about. Anyways, let's just do it. I hope you don't mind that I'm sending you another article from last week. I believe that it is a lot of meaning, being that the attacking power seems to express a little regret about the injury that was suffered by non-combatants. This is in marked contrast to the willful moral blindness shown by all sides concerning aerial bombing in World War II and in other later wars up to this time. Perhaps this was only feigned concern, but it is interesting to see that at least the Germans had not been completely numb to the suffering of civilians, even in the middle of carnage of World War I. And yeah, we'll take a look quickly a bit. I don't want to read the whole bit. Hopefully you guys can take a look here. It's just, it's not that I don't want to read it. One, I just don't think I'm a very good reader, to be honest with you. I don't want to drive you guys nuts. But I want you guys to obviously see it. I will say this, because I didn't mention to you, well, I didn't complete it. William Arends, if I do not read all your stuff, please do not think that I'm ungrateful for what your contributions or any of that stuff. I'm just, as per you, I'm still trying to figure out how to fit everything into a 1 hour format without it being too rushed feeling and, you know, having some type of context. We'll figure this out. We got a long way to go, man. We're going to figure this out, William Arends. And like I said, it'll get better. We're going to figure out, yeah, let's just go that way. But in the end here, translators note, I leave it to your discernment whether this report shows the concern for human suffering by the German newspaper editors and those censoring them, or was it a dig at English propaganda meant to show that Germans and other Central Powers allied to them were the uncivilized barbarians of the Great War? William Arends says, call it Arends translation attrition. Done. Done. It will be done. 100%. Now we're going to go to your next little bit, William Arends. And, okay, also wanted to talk about what the hell we know about that has been going on. So we know about, like I said, the Battle of Verdun was supposed to start, or it's about to start. Remember, with the we saw it with that. I did. If you guys went and watched it, that animated Western Front thing that Brian R. Smith recommended last week. There's that buildup. The Russians are just about to take Erzurum. And if you looked at it on the Weltkrieg map, maybe I'll give it a shot at some point. Hold on here. We're going to the Winkel too. There we go. And you guys can take a look while I'm babbling on and on and on. So, and I know from what I've been reading, and also with the Indian Idel Great War podcast, that although the Ottomans thought for sure they had enough supplies and whatnot in Erzurum to probably withstand a siege, they thought it was best to hightail it out of there. And they did. So that's happening. Kut, the siege of Kut is on hold, more or less. They're getting clued into that. I don't know exactly when. Remember that the Brits are going to offer £2 million to the Ottomans to say, you know, William Arends says, feel free to exert what you find useful. I'm just a contributor show. Well, our show. Remember that, man. 100%. What else is happening? The Cameroons just got taken by the Entente, and now they're sending off General Smuts, hopefully to deal with Latora back in German East Africa. Salonika and the Entente are all over Greece like there's no flipping tomorrow. They're trying to refit the Serbian troops over in Corfu. And then remember last week, William Arends, you were correct though, William Arends. I know you were saying you're wrong, but they did nail a ship. The Austrians did nail a ship that was sending troops to Corfu and whatnot to get refitted and then sent back across. Montenegro has fallen. Then wait until, like we said, we're going to start getting into some monster juicy bits, William Arends, when we start connecting the dots with the primary document that I saw with from Brian R. Smith there at that site there of Tirpitz versus Bethmann Holweg, talking about unrestricted submarine warfare. The amount of stuff I didn't realize how cognizant or aware of what they know of the big global picture. When they start talking, wait, hopefully I'll show you. Well, it's in the sources and links. You guys can read it if we don't get to it. They know, like, what they start talking about, like, I'm just like, about, like, Austria-Hungary, about, they're like, look, we know that Austria-Hungary is probably fed up of war and that they want to start already maybe discussing the separate peace. And it's like, what the hell? And Bulgaria is probably not going to do that. And the Ottomans have had enough. And I was just in shock that all this chit chat is going on, and that Tirpitz essentially is convinced that if they go, well, as you're going to see later on in here, they even use it full steam ahead. If they go ahead with unrestricted submarine warfare, that they should be able to knock Britain out of the war, and within 6 to 8 months or something crazy like that. And so anyways, this is all happening, you know, in real time while they're dealing with Verdun and all this other stuff. And then we've got the British and the French getting ready for their summer offensive, which is going to be, you know, on the British side, the Somme and all that stuff. Holy moly. Yeah. Okay. Let's get to it. Let's get to your stuff here. So translator's notes. This report is a long justification of the reasons that the German Reich chose to use their U-boats against all merchant shipping attempting to trade with England. A couple of interesting points include that the writer of the article refers only to England and the English, at times referring to them as the British, but never mentioning the other nations that made up the United Kingdom or using UK designations at all. Another strange point is that U-boats are at first referred to as Heathcliff. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Probably not. I'm sure Harold Bosman's going, oh my God. Which translates as auxiliary cruisers, as though they were in no way central to the Kriegsmarine's war strategy while using deceptive tactics themselves. One funny thing is that for all the writer's disdain for England and the English, he can still quote from Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet. Does he know it in the original Klingon, huh? Probably not. It is also interesting that both Winston Churchill and Woodrow Wilson are mentioned by name in this report. Finally, I apologize for not getting this report to you so late. I'm happy to see that you were talking about aspects of the naval war on one of your channel's videos this week, so we must be at least a little synchronized with each other. Oh yeah, without a doubt. William Arends, wearing my glasses. And like I said, I'm not going to read the whole thing out here. Let's take a quickie look here. There's a lot of juicy bits that we're going to see later on. But this is, when I saw this, William Arends and everybody else, when I started reading this early this morning, I went, oh my God, this is, well, hopefully we'll get to it. The primary document stuff between Tirpitz and Bethmann and Holweg, I was like, this, yeah, it's almost like a rephrasing of a lot of this stuff here. You can see, I'm almost, darn it, I wish I'd used the little black dot things like I do with the pictures. Because they just talk about, like, you know, how basically the British are a double standard in a sense, and they've been arming the merchant ships, and that they also found, and you'll see it later on, that they have naval seamen on these merchant vessels and are told not to dress in their Royal Navy outfits, you know, especially at neutral ports and so on and so forth. And talking about when to attack or when to shoot, you know, within 800 yards or something like this and all that stuff. But it's obviously, wait a minute, how is that defensive, and so on and so forth. On and on and on. And I'm sorry, like I said, William Arends, I hope to God I'm not making, it's just we're half an hour in and I feel like I've barely done anything. And there we go. So it is, oh, darn it. What was, as per, where are we? How many U-boats with their courageous crews have been attacked because of this unjust and twisted reading of international law? The proof is to be seen both through those victims and in the captured secret documents, and that's where they found out about the seamen and all that stuff. Documents of the London Admiralty that ordered that armed merchant steamer to attack where it could, that they are warships. And then they go on about the Lusitania, and that's been going on this week as well, about the Americans basically saying, you know, that it was an act of war kind of thing, and the Germans are like, no, we're not going down that road. So there we go. Forward with God for Kaiser and Reich. Okay, so let me go to, darn it, I just want to make sure I don't get screwed over certain things. There's some things I know that we can just go out and not talk about. You know what? We're going to show you this quickly. I'm going to stop that one, and then I'm going to present this one. So this is the thing on the Belgian armored cars, and hopefully you guys can see that. Excellent. And hopefully it looks nice and somewhat biggish. Now here, guys, if you guys can see this, the speaker was Paul Walsh, and I I emailed him after the talk and asked him if I could get the information. He said, no problem. And then when I saw it, I went, wait a minute, look at this, guys, the strategy and tactics from 2015. So does that mean, is this in the strategy and tactics magazine or whatever that anybody can access? But anyways, this is about that, the Belgian armored cars that get sent off to Galicia to help out with the Russians. And it was a crazy story. Oddly enough, this week, in the Great War podcast, on the Great War with Indian Idell on YouTube, he mentions very quickly about that there's Belgian armored cars helping out in the Russians in Galicia. I was like, oh my gosh. So anyways, I'm still aware that I would like to set up a website so I can start putting a lot of this information so we can everybody can get to it. We'll have, oh, darn it, what did you call it, Meandering Mike? A ludography, bibliography, and all that stuff. We can have all that stuff going on. It was a darn good, this was an amazing, I can't remember the little loopholes they had to get through about being able to allow the Belgian armored car group there to go and fight not on Belgian territory and all that stuff. This person over here, though, was really important. I thought, oh, darn it, sorry. Where are you? Did I hit the wrong thing? I wanted you to, yeah, I did, didn't I? Where's that nice little, there we go. Yeah, I wanted you to see that. Hold on, I'm going to try to make sure it's, look at that, 120 bicycles. So that's the organization of what was sent over. And I'm just amazed when you saw those tires. I'm like, how the hell did they, keep everything together? I mean, it just looks like bicycle tires. There's a picture of Tsar Nicholas on one of the Belgian armored cars. There's a guy you're going to see up later on when they have to wait until you see the trip they take back once the Russian Civil War kicks in and all that stuff. And they're like, we got to get the hell out of here. And I think they were thinking they were eventually going to start going the way back up towards Archangel or whatever. And this guy, Paul Rose, I do believe we'll find him. I did try to look up, Manny Mike says ludography. Thank you. I've been looking up every game I have upstairs, Der Weltkrieg, Over the Top, Great War in Europe, whatever the hell I can find. I could not find anybody that has the Belgian armored cars helping out. I'm assuming this must be for Brusilov because it looks, it's 1916. It's during that time. Yep, that's Brusilov offensive. So I didn't find anybody, so I don't know if it's incorporated in some other whatever, but it would have been nice to kind of see that. There's a guy, nope, not him. It's Paul Rose. He's really, I'd like to find out more about this person if we end up seeing him. But he ends up getting blind in one eye, and he seems, from what I've been reading, extremely important. What keeps doing that? I must be hitting something with the keyboard that I'm not noticing. I'm sorry if it's jumping around too much or I'm getting you sick. So here is, it is. That's why I know why it's doing it now. Let's go to this thing. If I go it this way, it's not going to do it. Okay. So here is where the Civil War is just about to start. You can already see that there's like different cars now that are getting replaced by Russian vehicles. And at this point, this is where Paul Rose, this guy here, really important guy. He ends up taking, all the other guys from, like I said, from what I remember, all the other higher ups were killed off. He ends up trying to get this group back to Belgium and decides, screw this, we're not going to go that way. We're going to take the Trans-Siberian Railway to China, then take a ship to Western United States, travel continental United States to the Eastern seaboard, and then take a ship across the Atlantic to get back to Belgium. And that's exactly what they do. And it must be a movie and a half in there, because he talks about how they were hiding machine guns in their clothing because for protection to get it later on, and also as bartering tools, all this weird stuff, because everything was falling apart and everybody's becoming like a little local outlaw type stuff, their own little kingdoms set up. And then you're going to see, hopefully, yeah, okay, I did rotate the picture, thank God. That's the trip they took, guys, to get back to Belgium. And it's nuts. They ended up having, like, it was almost like a parade. I think they went to Chicago. They supposedly really enjoyed Detroit, that type of stuff. But anyways, like I said, it does say strategy and tactics magazine. No, it just says strategy and tactics. So I'm assuming it must be that way. All right, there. Goodness gracious, what a weird show today feels like for me. Anyways, let's see what happens. What have I done? So let's go to, so I did the Belgian armored cars. Oh yeah, I do want to show you this, guys. Not that. I do want to go to, I'm going to get rid of that. So I showed you the in Flanders thing. Now we're going to go to, hold on, I got to grab my links. There we go. Just a quickie. Do you remember last, like I said, every month in the World War I Museum and Memorial thing, they do, here, I'm going to present it. Boink. You guys can see that. I'm just going to make sure it's nice and big. Andrew Mike says, supposedly the video game Red Dead Redemption was a 1914 Minerva armored car in it. Interesting. Oh, shit. Okay. So this is, well, like I said, I like to tell you guys what's been going on at the World War I Museum and Memorial. It's this bit here. Remember, every month they do this image of the week. Like, what is this? So last week's was this. And I didn't know what. I thought it was a piece of fabric, like canvas thingamajig or whatever. It says the photograph below is an artifact from our collection. Can you guess what it is? Not this one. It was last month's. That's it. That's it. And I wouldn't. What did I think it was? Well, no, I didn't get German military. No, this is an airplane thing. Cool. It's part of that crazy camouflage thing that they do, called lozenge camouflage. So that was last week's and this last month's, and this is this month's. That looks like YMCA. What do you guys think? I'm going to go with YMCA, but after that, who knows? So we did that bit. Yeah, let's go to the BGG thing. Let's take a look. Good. You guys can see that. Shit. I don't want to. There we go. I don't want. Okay. So, and we're at the. I just want to bump you up to 150. Good. Okay. Let's go to the Romania thing if it's around here. There we go. And you guys can see that. Yeah. So, Harold Bosma, there's the new cover. Let's go to. You guys can see that. Good. So there's the new cover, and you can see they've gotten rid of the Romania bit, and that's a picture of the vassal thing. Oh, that's what I wanted you guys to see, is this bit. Let's get to here, because that was, I thought, a good idea to try to figure out what in the world is. God, this has got to be one of the most hyped up games I've ever known for me, anyways. Maybe I should get down to. I'll bring it down to. You guys can see it. It's the, oh, darn it. There we go. You guys can see that. Good. Yeah, I just thought maybe it would be neat to see. That's an awful lot of information, don't you guys think? It would be neat to find. Harold Bosma says, same style as Knock Paris, and they will adopt the same system. Thank you. So I guess since I don't know, has anybody played Knock Paris? I think Hissy Cat Studio has it. Wardrobe plays World War II. Is this a system? I think it is now going to become a system, Wardrobe. But I would does anybody know what that weird triangle is at the bottom of that thing? Oh, great. Good morning. Great to see you, Hex to Hex. Just wanted, you just answered it, Harold. Awesome. Yeah, so anyways, that's I just find this when I saw this morning, I went, oh, this is an interesting looking thing. Okay. Where else are we going to go to? Yeah, I'm sorry. I do want to, I got to find it here though. If I can find it, that is. Sorry guys, if I'm doing this another self-indulgent. Eric Goebel says Mountain. Thank you. I was like, what in the world is that? But now it makes a lot of sense. You guys can see this, I hope. Yep. I'm sorry, it's being self-indulgent as per usual, but I wanted you guys to see this guy's stuff and what these some of these Lone Warrior guys do. This guy did this from scratch. I thought, wow, and you guys are into miniatures and whatnot. So anyways, off you go to Lone Warrior. Give these guys some love, I hope. And yourself as well. Now this I found out from Clark Commando 1983. Hold on, I've got to grab the thing. Hopefully you guys can find. He mentioned this thing. He said, he was like, if you love maps, you're going to love these things. And when I saw the price of the game, I don't know anything about this. Do you guys know anything about this thing here, the TFWW system? Here, I'm going to make sure it's nice and big for you guys. Do you guys know anything about this? All I know is there's no bloody way I can afford this. Holy shoot. 350 pounds for pre-sale. I don't even know what the thing looks like, but you guys know anything about this? 4,600 counters. What the hell does that mean? 6 to 8 maps, like wowzers. So if you guys know where I could find some Hextax says TKC Big Money Games. So you guys do know about this. If you guys know of anybody who's got like videos or something, I would just love to see. Excuse me. Let me get some water here. 15 to 75 miles to the hex. What in the world? That's massive. So how in the world, why would you have so many counters? I just, that's rather interesting. Okay, let's get to let's switch on over. So hold on here. I'm going to stop the screen so I can take a look. Hextech says, Barbarossa over $500. Ouch. Eric Goebel says, I've played the TSWW David Infinity, but I haven't played it. Oh, I have it. Oh, I haven't played it yet. Wow. Okay, so you guys do know about these things. Let's go to the recap of what happened last week and start from there, because I think we're going to go from there. All right. And then we can start up. Yep. All right. The week. There. Present. There. And you guys can see that. Good. So here we are. This is what has been going on this week. And then hopefully when we zip off to the war summary, and yet again, William Arends, take a look what you were talking about, this whole thing about them sending out to the public, basically justifying, gearing up for the unrestricted submarine warfare justification bits. But my God, I hope I get to the bit between Tirpitz and Bethman Holveg, because it is, it's just amazing. For me, it was like, you can see that in the long run, it comes down to Tirpitz making a big assumption of like, this better work. Because if it, I'm just going to say this. Eric Goebel says, I'm just waiting on them to publish Home by Christmas, and I'm going to buy it. Wow. So I'm assuming this is Home by Christmas. I get you now. So obviously, it's this is World War I. Neat to know about. So anyways, let's get on off to this. February 11th, hostile Arabs. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but you guys can take a look here. This bit here, I think, has got something to do with a group of Arabs that posed as British friendlies. I'm not sure about that. And it was a bit of a massacre. I may be wrong about that. The bit up there. Well, let's hold on. I got to grab my little thing here. The air raid reconnaissance over that you see on the 12th of February, reconnaissance against Silesia, East Africa, and General Smuts. So that's, I'm assuming, is them getting ready to go up against Leto Vorbeck. Remember last week with the war summary, they were like, this should, no problem. They should be able to, once we get Smuts and some supplies over, we'll be able to take over German East Africa by summer. This is 1916. And as many of you guys know, Leto Vorbeck only basically surrenders because the war's over. He's got nothing. What else is he supposed to do? And that's not going to happen in 1916. I can tell you that much. Franco-Italian conference, heavy fighting. Is there anything else? Yeah, there's the Russians taking Erzurum in February the 13th. and the shortage of paper there. Remember, this is all Anglo-centric. What was there? There was nothing amazing, but hopefully you guys can take a look because I got enough stuff. I tried to look up, who was it there? I wanted to look up. There was someone who gets arrested or sentenced. Yeah, this person here. I tried to find out who this person is. I don't know what, and I know it was written this way, this abbreviation. I've never seen that, so I don't know what the heck that is. And the air debate in the British House of Commons. I'd be interested to know what that is. Does that mean about air raids, like trying to get that, or what? That's that thing we were talking about. I just mentioned quickly about U.S. refuses German proposals on the Lusitania question. They wanted to give them money, I guess, based on like saying, you know, sorry for whatever, but not about a war thing. And it was just getting all whatever. But and I guess Chios or Chios is if it's like or no, it'd be Chios if it's like Hania. So I'm assuming that's in Greece, and we've done that. Let's get to the. Let's take a quickie look. Let's take a quickie look. Please let me know if you guys are like, okay, so you guys can. No, you haven't seen it yet. I got to stop screening that one, and I got to present another one. All right. And it's this one. You guys can see that, and I hope it's not too bad size. So this is the cleaned up thing that I found from the World War I Primary Documents Archive, and this is Tirpitz. Look at this, 10th of February, for crying out loud. That was last week, last Thursday in our universe. If it's 1916, last Saturday for 2024, and he goes on, and this is basically. Look, I'm not gonna like I said. It's anybody can go there and read it. Goes through basically saying exactly what William Arends' stuff that he found in the Berliner about there's a double standard with the merchantman. They are warships based on the way the British are dealing with them. And he starts talking about where do they go? Like basically, where is it? Darn it! I should have highlighted areas. But they're basically, in the long run, he's basically says, look, we both know, everybody and their dog knows the United States are going to enter the war on the side for the Entente, regardless if we do the unrestricted submarine warfare or not. That's basically what Tirpitz is saying. And he's like, and I'm showing you guys that if we do the unrestricted submarine warfare, we'll be able to knock Britain out based on so much tonnage that we can sink to the bottom of the ocean kind of thing. And we should be able to nail them out in about 6 to 8 months. And he's like, and he says it, and I'm going to say this on a side note about Der Weltkrieg, how much of a beautiful simulation, because I came to this conclusion by myself in my naive little world doing the stuff that I do of going, hey, at this point in time, with the economic warfare and the blockades and all that stuff. And this guy's saying this is real life. This guy's saying the same stuff. And for me to be able to use a game system and come up with conclusions that real people did just knocks me off. And the thing is he's saying that the United States are so indebted, or Great Britain is they're so connected economically now that there's no way you're going to go to war against somebody that owes you money. You need your head read. And so that's basically what he's saying. And I was just like, holy smokes. And then it goes off to here. And then you can see, off we go. Can England be forced to sue for peace by means of a U-boat war? And they start talking one thing after the other. Trying to go, and Beckman Holveg says, like, you better make sure that you know what your assumptions are, because we're going to be going here, right over here. Assuming that these premises are correct, the issue to be decided is whether or not we should adopt the policy of unrestricted U-boat warfare, and hence the following questions must be considered. Is it certain? And so on and so forth. He goes on and on and on. Oh, God, I hope I did. Yes. The break with America will have the following results. And then he goes on and on. And they start talking about it. for me, what I found amazing reading this was how Beckman Holveg is more interested in this, maybe because he's a diplomat, I guess, about the break with the United States and what would that happen, because he already knows they're going to go to war, but it's just a lot of good old stuff in here. That's all I got to say. Okay, now let's go to the war summary stuff, because, oh my God, 10 to 11, how does this happen, man? Jeepers jumping. Okay. But I did want to kind of end it on a half-decent fun note, or if you want to call it that, as in, no, I don't want to save any of this stuff. I'm going to get rid of that, and we'll do, and then maybe I'll, last few minutes, how about we'll just go very quickly through the war summary bits, and we'll see how that goes, because, I don't want to do that one. Hold on here. Where are you? War summary stuff. There you are. And then I just got to make sure it's display options, fit the width. And I'll put you to here and present. There's the screen. Go quickly. Yeah, man, did this go quick? I don't know how the hell that happened. If you guys can hopefully read that well. Yeah, I'm just going to go super duper ultra quick. It was neat, though. I will say this on a side note. I saved these in the wrong order. So when I was reading them out last night or whatever, I was like, what the hell is going on here? Like, it was all backwards. And they're like, oh, you know, things been going on for 2 weeks. I'm like, nothing's been happening. What are you talking about? The battle in Artois continues. Am I doing it? Yeah, it's February 11th. The persistent attacks made by the Germans during the past 2 weeks have utterly failed to pierce the French lines. The fierce and long-continued fighting on the narrow front extending for about a mile north and south of Hill 140 proves conclusively that the Germans are engaged in a serious offensive for which they have long prepared. Their sappers must have been at work for many weeks on the mines exploded, and their artillery is carried out on this sector. All right. On the south bank of the Somme, the other point at which the Germans won in the first rush, the French the French has smashed the captured village of Fries into little bits of battered masonry. Unofficial Austrian reports record the occupation of Durazzo, the former capital of Albania, which has been in possession of Italian troops for the last 3 months. Avlona, the important harbor farther down the coast, is to be held at all costs. Dispatches from Rome yesterday stated that Allied troops have been landed there to reinforce the Italian and Serbian forces already holding the city and the surrounding country. Greece is again providing raw material for the profits. The premier yesterday read a statement in the chamber announcing the intention of the government to keep the army intact and use it exclusively in the interests of the country. The raiding Bulgar bands on the Epirus border grow more bold, and an outbreak may come at any time. Dr. Inglis, I read this a few times about a Montreal physician mentioning that he saw evidence that some of the U-boat crew were committing suicide instead of being captured. I was like, holy shit. An Austrian official report records Russian attacks upon the advanced Austrian posts in Volhynia in eastern Galicia. I want to hurry up a little bit. Berlin must be cheered up at all. This was just a what do you call it? They're just being a bunch of dinks. When the bulletin, yet again, they're talking about yet again, they're just being immature about, well, it's propaganda. What am I saying? I'm sure the Germans are doing the same thing. The German attack on the French front south of the Somme has definitely failed. This is made clear by the midnight French report, which says that on Tuesday and Wednesday, we retook from the Germans a notable part of the trench sections, which remained in their hands in the regions of Fries. In Artois, also activity lessens. The British troops there are more active now than either the French or the Germans. At Givenchy yesterday, they sprang a mine, and on Thursday, 3 were exploded. For the first time in several weeks, the Belgian lines have been under pressure. A Turkish official report states that on the right bank of the Tigris, that upon which General Kemball's small force is making its way up the river, The British attempted to advance, but were compelled to retreat to their old positions after 2 violent engagements. It is possible that the engagement recorded by the Turks is the same as that mentioned in a British report, which states that as a result, this is the one I was mentioning to you guys, of an attack by Arabs supposedly to be friendly on a reconnoitering exercise. All right. The testing time has come. Reinforcements whose presence in the German lines along the Western Front have been reported from time to time by aviators, by Dutch newspaper correspondents, and by Belgian officials, civilians, are now being thrown into the battlefront. While this battle was proceeding in Artois, the Germans made a determined assault upon the French lines in Champagne. This attack was evidently intended to crumple up the line from a point near Soissons on the Aisne to the point near Messines, east of Reims in Champagne. The German artillery hammered away west of Reims, but only at one place was that followed up by an infantry assault. Running out of time. In Belgium, with the object of preventing the British and Belgians from sending any help to the French farther south, attacks were made on Saturday upon the British line southeast of Papingay, I guess. I don't know. The Russian advance has been resumed in Volhynia, Galicia, and Bukovina. The fighting in Galicia on Friday and Saturday was upon a scale much greater than in any engagement since the winter began. The Austrians made desperate attempts to dislodge the Russians for a height recently occupied. There's been hard fighting in the Trentino and along the Isonzo. An official announcement has been made that Italy will take part in the coming war council at Paris. I just thought that was interesting that they're getting a bit more of a seat. I guess you can say that. After another step toward the conquest of German East Africa is reported, I just find that funny, is reported today from Havre. All right, and we got 3 minutes. You know what? I'm going to stop it here, this bit, because I want to just, like I said, I just want to end a little tiny bit. I hope you don't mind. It's this, because I wanted to find some, well, actually, did I pop them in the story, in the things? Hold on, I may have popped them in the goodie. I think I did. Yep. So I found, and then we'll, you guys, I can present quickly. So I wanted to find, you guys can see that, boink, there, and I'm going to make it super big and view. Okay, good, and hide that. What is this is, quite frankly, it's just when I wanted to find a bunch of foreign films, and then I ended up finding this really nice little site that said, hey, why don't you go and take a look at, these are 13 films that this person suggests that you should go and watch if you're into World War I. So I guess this is the most recent, Not So Quiet on the Western Front. Haven't seen it. I thought I had put a list of the whatever's in here. I guess I didn't. But I just, like I said, I thought it would be nice to kind of end on a whatever note. Some of these films I've not seen. This is the 1917 one. Put it on the list if you guys wanted to go and take a look. And he shows you how to see all these, you know, where to go and watch them. Holy smokes, hey guys. Was this ever a darn good one or what? Did I actually, hold on. Ah, I did. Okay, I was wondering why. Hold on here. Let's go back. There we go. Let's go back. So that way we can show, that's what I wanted. I was like, wait a minute. I thought I had some text for everyone to be able to see. So there you go. All quiet on the, I'll try to, no, if I do that a bit too big, there we go. So that one's All Quiet on the Western Front. I haven't seen that one. I've only seen the 1970s version. Saw that one. Please let me know if you guys have seen any of these ones. This was, if anybody has not seen Paths to Glory, this, holy F, what a good film. I know a lot of you guys have. Who did it? I think it's his first film, is it not? What's his, come on now, 2001 A Space Odyssey guy. Great film. That opening shot of them coming in when he blows the whistle and they go over the top was just incredible. I could watch that scene over and over again. And to think that was done in a studio. Stanley Kubrick, for Christ's sakes. That if that was done in it, well, it's written there. Jesus Christ, Chris. I have not watched this. I would so love to watch this at some point. Harold Bosman says, great movie indeed. Yep. Oh, it is. It is, isn't it? So I'd like to watch this. I've not seen it yet. Have not watched this one. I was talking about this with Meandering Mike. I had a good laugh because you should see, I saw a quick scene of this. And you should see how many machine guns they have in the, I was like, my God, that'd be like a battalion commander's wet dream. There's no way in hell they would have that many machine guns. But anyways, I did not know this was a World War I film. I remember seeing this as part of a music video way back when in the 80s. But I was like, oh gosh, there's another one. And then I have not seen this film. Eric Goebel says They Shall Not Grow Old is great. Okay. Good. Yeah, I really, really want to go see it. And I guess you probably know is that Peter Jackson is a huge military dude. And, well, he's the creator, I think, of Wingnuts. Did a bunch of the World War I plastic model kits and whatnot. He's got I think he's got like 18 planes or something insane like that. But and this one, Lawrence of Arabia, I haven't seen that one. Wonder Woman. It was weird. I wasn't going to put this in, and I was like, Chris, you can't be editing somebody else's list for Christ's sakes. Like, and maybe it's a fantastic film. I don't know. And Grand Illusion, I haven't seen that film either. I'd love to go. I'd love to see that one. So it's pretty old, so maybe I could find it free somewhere. Gallipoli, I remember watching that way, way, way back when. Meandering Mike says, what? You haven't seen Lawrence? No, I have not. Meandering Mike, I know I'm a bad person. Really bad person, and it's probably been available 4 trillion times. And Sergeant York, I've heard of it, but I've not seen this. And this is the person that did it. I want to obviously give credit for that person's list, Philip Sledge. And that's it, guys. I think we should stop. That's it. Like I said, I put everything in the sources and links. Hope this was an okay show for you guys. Hope to see you guys next week. Please let me know, like pop things in the comments or whatever. If you go, no, I want to see this, or I don't want to see that, whatever. I need to know. Otherwise, what the heck? I can't alter our show to suit our needs, everybody's needs, as much as I can. Tolemykus says, good stream later, folks. Awesome to see you again, Tolemykus. So that's it. We're at 12:02. Harold Bosman, man. Oh, I'm so flipping happy to see you. It's not funny. Like I said, it was great. Global, thank you, sir. As you know, why? It's all of us. Oh, man, like I said, when I saw your email earlier in the week, I went, oh, no, I'm never going to see you again. That would have sucked. I'm just, this is fun as hell, even though it's Brian O. Smith, nice stream. Thank you. Meandering Mike says another life. Thank you. Promise to do a better job of editing next. William Arends, give me an effing break. It's me that has to do the whatever. Like I said before, William Arends, we're going to learn, man. We're new at this. It's not, I don't know about you, but I never went to journalism school or any of this stuff. This is all like we're learning, or what do they call it, by rote or whatever. We're going to get better, man. We're going to figure out how to sift through information and be able to distill it into like a nice little packages. Charles Latora says, next week I'll have a list of all the World War I movies that I've seen. Thank you. That would be excellent, because now we can do what would that be called? A filmography, I guess. All right. That's it. I'm off. And I'll see you guys in other formats, and hopefully see you in 7 days. Thank you. Bye.